Well, it was just an incredible trip to Israel. At this time, a nation at war, yet in the streets of Jerusalem and all over the middle of the nation, you would never know that they're at war. It was sunny and pleasant. We were there over Easter and Ramadan, which had the possibility for uprisings and difficulties, but there was none. It was very, very quiet and peaceful. And yet we understand a nation at war, a nation in trauma, a nation where the families are under incredible stress and pressure, having 1 to 2 to 3 children in the middle of battle, a battle like Israel has not faced since 1948. And so the nation has turned its attention, obviously, to their children and to everything as it relates to the war. So it brought us to the hills of Samaria, to the National Leadership Center, and the incredible staging ground that God planned long ago would become the effectual place for being able to take families through a process of healing, a biblical process, involving reconstituting that brain that gets divided during trauma, where there is a necessary presence of peace, the presence of God, and the opportunity to mend, to heal, deeply heal. The place is set up for community, for team building exercises that bring people together to talk about their experiences, to not be isolated and silent and withdrawn, which is the tendency to happen inside of trauma. And so the National Leadership Center is cooperating and participating with Israel's Ministry of Defense and Education in these months and really years ahead to rebuild the nation, to work with families. And we've got our eye on 5,000 families this year that are going to undergo a process with us on the mountains of Samaria. Very, very excited. There's other things to report that we're going to bring forth a little bit at a time because the news is honestly just so great. I think what I noticed was the eagerness spiritually was palpable at a different level. People are talking openly about God. In fact, in the middle of the war over the weekend, it's interesting that the third most looked at site in the search engine inside the state of Israel was the book of Psalms. Turning over to God, turning to the prayers for God's deliverance and hope and success. And this is where the nation is. We need God. And I just believe that the National Leadership Center and our efforts inside the schools are absolutely consequential for Israel at this time. I don't have words in the English language to communicate the importance of it. I just know that God has set up the staging ground. He's brought His presence. He's brought the opportunity. He's brought the relationships of favor. And we could not be better positioned for such a time as this.